get my notes out here since this is my first video. Okay. Alright, cool. What's up, guys? My name is Noah, and I'm going to be talking to you guys today about some underrated teams in the NBA. We're going to start with Houston, then we're going to move on to Portland, then we're going to go to the Eastern Conference, and we're going to look at Boston and Toronto. So, I guess to get things started, first things first, we'll start with Houston. So, there are a lot of questions surrounding this upcoming season for the Houston Rockets. They essentially traded Chris Paul for Westbrook trade. Westbrook is a ball-dominant guard. He had one of the highest usage rates in the league he's posted over the last couple years. And you know who else has had some of the highest usage rates as well? Oh, James Harden. Now they're going to play together. So, it makes sense. There's lots of doubts, lots of questions about whether this will actually work, seeing as they both need the ball in their hands as well. They're not good off-ball players. So, people are saying, you know what? It's an interesting idea, but at the end of the day, it's not going to work because who's going to take the last shot? Is Westbrook going to want to allow James Harden to take that last shot? Because everyone on the court will know that James Harden wants that shot. He wants an isolation, and he wants a step back three. That's what he wants. Now, how often are they going to get into that situation? Are they going to be in close games? That's what I'm going to talk to you guys today about. Westbrook and Harden will work. I will repeat. Westbrook and Harden will work. It'll work for a couple different reasons. First of all, let's talk about their friendship, right? So, Westbrook and Harden used to play on the Oklahoma City Thunder when they were young, right? And I know you can't really take that because they've all transformed into different players. They both become MVPs, but doing similar things. Harden has been the ball-dominant guard exactly like Russell Westbrook turned into. They both are the scorers and facilitators on their team. But sometimes you can't just plug in two primary playmakers because when they don't have the ball in their hands, what are they going to be doing? Let's talk about the rotation of the Houston Rockets of the past couple of years when they had CP3. Harden and Chris Paul would start the game together, right? Fine, works great, right? Because those are their primary positions. A couple minutes into the game, guess who was subbed out? Chris Paul. Harden was on the floor, essentially as the point guard. And Harden would stay there until it was time for him to go to the bench. When they'd sit him on the bench, you know who would come in? CP3 would come in. They had a staggering rotation, so that they always had a primary playmaker, ball handler out there. Right? And so Harden and CP3 only played together at the end of games to finish them and to start the game. That's exactly what's going to happen again. And it's going to work. Westbrook will go out there with Harden. They'll go out there for the first couple of minutes. And then my guess is that, Westbrook sits down. He gets a little bit of a rest. Harden stays out there. Then, swap him out. Then at the end of games is where it's going to be very important. I believe because they're going to stagger the rotation, the Rockets will be in these close games. And not only will they be in them, they will be in them every single night. So the real question is, are they going to mesh? Are they going to allow each other to be themselves? And is that going to work for the Houston Rockets offense? Is this going to win them games? I think so. I think because they have mutual respect for each other, I think they have no problem giving the ball up to one another, especially in these close situations. When you trust somebody, you have no problem handing the ball off. But if you think about someone like Westbrook the past couple of years, the reason why it's always been him jacking up shots is because he didn't trust anybody, right? And whether you believe that he should have or he shouldn't have, he didn't trust anybody. Then you had Paul George, and you know what? The first year, he did not defer to him. And what happened? First round exit to the Jazz. Right? Then, second year, what did he do? He deferred to Paul George. And you know what that did? Paul George was a legitimate MVP candidate beside Russell Westbrook. And Westbrook averaged a triple-double at the same time. Now, the only reason that the Thunder were eliminated in the first round this year was because of a shoulder injury. Also, I wanted to mention that Westbrook has the most floor spacing he's ever had in his entire career. Right? So Westbrook one-on-one. If someone comes to double Westbrook, you know what happens? You leave a shooter open. And you know what that means? That means Westbrook is going to pass to that shooter. That's a three ball, right? If they don't double, then it's a one-on-one with Westbrook, and he's so athletic and so fast. He can get to the rim. How about on a pick and roll? If you do a pick and roll, right? You say Capella comes up for the roll. What's going to happen? Even if you go under the screen on Westbrook and you're trying to get him to shoot, he's so quick. He's going to blow past you. And the defense is either going to collapse and allow an open three, or he's going to get to the rim. Houston will work. Houston will be very, very good. And I think something also to note is that Westbrook and Harden do not take games off for load management. I believe that will lead to 60 wins and the first seed in the Western Conference. They will be a tough out in the playoffs. Do not sleep on Houston. They will be very fun to watch in the regular season, and I can't wait to see them play. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked, please like and subscribe. And the Portland Trail Blazers will be the next underrated team that I go over.